Every man walks his own path, but not every man knows his motive.
I read a joke.
Uh-huh.
The guy said, marriage, he actually likened marriage to military.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, so he said, marriage is like military. Despite so many casualties, you have thousands of young men lining up to join.
Who are enrolling? Yeah. Correct. Correct.
So, and I know every time I check Twitter, man, and people talk about marriage, and I'm always like, is marriage worth the hype? You know, you've experienced, have experience. Do you think it's worth the hype? Do you feel like it's military? Do you feel like have you been a casualty? Yeah.
Wow. Now this the conversation I get into hoping my wife is not in the background, but it is what it is. Wow. Well, marriage. I think the question you've asked reminds me of a conversation that's really triggered a lot of feelings online. When somebody said marriage near mafala, and I see where she's coming from.
Remember, real men don't marry.
I see where she's coming
Yeah.
from.
Yeah.
It's an interesting question,
Yeah.
and agreed. We have so many people who are queuing,
Yeah.
lining up to get married, but us who are in marriage have not even been candid
Yeah.
to tell them the reality of marriage.
Yeah.
If I were to give my view, I have almost been a casualty.
Really?
Yeah.
This nyama is good.
It is. I've almost been a casualty. I think I got into marriage with a lot of expectation.
Yeah.
I got into marriage thinking that I will do marriage the way I saw my mother and my father do marriage.
Okay.
But I did not realize that I was marrying a woman who was from a completely different generation.
Yeah.
Number one. Number two,
Yeah.
a woman who had been brought up in a way that was completely different
Yeah.
from that which I was brought up.
Yeah.
And I remember we had such a rough first 3 or 4 years of our marriage
Yeah.
that at one point we sat down and we asked ourselves,
Is it worth it?
is it worth it?
Yeah.
Do you know, we got to a point where we even discussed co-parenting.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And at that time, I think I was very naive,
Yeah.
and I was, I could only apply that which I understood.
Yeah.
And working in corporates,
Yeah.
when you're not performing or when you're given the kind of feedback that, you're not meeting the KPIs,
Sorry.
that is what I could understand. I asked myself,
Yeah.
what do I need to do to correct this? So in my own understanding, I asked myself, by the way, do I need to put myself into a marriage PIP?
Non-performance.
Performance improvement plan.
Yeah.
And for me, pulling myself into a performance improvement plan of sorts was to reach out to my boy and ask him, man, how do you do this? I see how you relate with your wife,
Yeah.
how you father your daughters. At that time, he had 2 daughters.
Yeah.
How you father your daughters.
Yeah.
And say, teach me a thing or two. Man, that man was gracious enough to hold my hand.
Yeah.
There are days I remember we would sit with them,
Yeah.
that couple,
Yeah.
up to 6 in the morning from the previous night to 6 in the morning, light inatoka ndio tunasema, oh, damn, we need to go and sleep.
Yeah.
And at that time, we were just discussing my marriage. But at that time, my wife and I had agreed we were going to put in the work.
That's
So
more,
to
more
answer
like,
you-
like counseling.
Yeah, not even get into counseling.
Yeah.
Moving ourselves into a space where we can actually have our BS called out.
Yeah.
Because you see, when you look at yourself in the mirror,
Yes.
you're looking at this perfectly created being,
Yeah.
and then your wife is telling you of an experience she has had of you, and you're wondering,
Is that really you?
that cannot be
You
me.
can't even recognize yourself.
That cannot be me. That is not how you review me.
Yeah.
So you move into a space of defensiveness.
Yeah.
So moving or getting into a space where we could actually have our hands held
Yeah.
by people who are actually gracious enough
Yeah.
to teach us the ways of marriage. People who are willing, to open their homes up and actually show us their scars.
Yeah.
I think that is what has saved our marriage.
Ah, okay.
So the long and short.
You met someone who has walked the journey.
Yes. So the long and short of of the question that you've asked,
Yeah.
if I were to give it a simple answer, is that marriage is work, but you have very few people who are willing to put in the work. Yeah.
Yeah.
How has it been for you? Number one, how many years? Oh, I didn't mention I'm married 10 years. No,
Okay.
I'm married, yes, 11 years this year.
Yeah.
How many years have you been married?
It's a very complicated question for me. And let me take you to when we talk about definition of marriage. And I've had around 5 friends who have gone through difficult marriages. I've seen people around me, I've seen my relatives go through difficult marriages, and their marriages break at some point. At some point, my marriage actually ended, And I did a bit of research as to why do marriages fail? And actually, I have this. It's actually a book I'm working on, and I actually came to see the biggest thing about marriage is actually balance of power, And so you have George. George, straight from campus into a corporate job, yeah? Now his life is now beginning. You are now beginning to enjoy your life. You get in your early, let's say early 20s or mid 20s, yeah? You have your first job, either banking cashier or you've graduate trainee somewhere. And so you feel the urge to settle down. In most cases, you'll go for a younger girl, yeah? And when you get this younger girl, she's not working, or she also just graduated, and because you guys are in love and all that, she'll come in looking up to you, And the mistake we men do, and at that point you are still a boy, is you didn't get to counseling, you are not taught about marriage, you just getting into marriage without really knowing what marriage is, and we don't do counseling. So what happens is you start as a man, you have your money, you want to go out there and explore. And when you are exploring, you start hurting your young wife, And one thing I realized with women, it will pass, but they won't forget.
They never forget.
They won't forget, my brother. So over time, and the biggest fuel for women is actually pain. There's nothing that fuels a woman growth
More
than pain.
Yeah.
And so you are here being the provider, young provider, but you want to be out there, you want to find, you want to explore, you want to do all this, but you're hurting somebody that you're living with, So over time, this becomes fuel for her growth, yeah? And as you grow, you become overwhelmed, yeah? You have to take care of your parents, as most African Africans do, or our African men do. You have to take care of your parents. You have your family is growing. You have now maybe 1 or 2 kids. Your responsibility is growing. Your career grows. You want to live in a bigger house, and so this takes a toll on you. So you always spending, and as you spend, remember you're a woman. That pain is still fuel. Yeah, and so for you, you are caught up with, I'm the man, I provide. They can't see the pain. I'm going through this, I'm going over and above to provide. But for her now, she starts to say, you know what, I'm on my own.
Yeah.
Yes, we are here together, but I need to ensure that if anything again happens, I'm able to guard myself. Yeah, and so she starts growing. She goes to school. She starts building herself. She starts opening a secret accounts to save, you are still lost in your spending and providing, and over time, within a very short time, you're in your 40s, you're in your late 30s, early 40s, and because you are a provider, you always see yourself as a provider, and now you forget about your caregiving as a primary parent. So then you leave that to your woman, and what she does is now she puts the kids closer to her. Yeah.
She weaponizes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And for you, you are on your own. Remember the power balance. She is growing herself. Yeah. It started when you were here. You were the provider. Everyone was looking up to you. But now she's narrowing this bridge. Now she doesn't look up to you. She is taking care of the kids. Yours is to provide and disappear in the bar. You wake up when kids have gone to school. You come home when it's too dark. Now you get into your 30s, 40s. You are not taking care of yourself. You're not going to the gym. You didn't go back to school. You didn't learn anything. So your career starts to stagnate. Yeah, you are not as agile as you are. You're not educated as you are. Yeah, and so many people have caught up.
And
yes,
you have taken her through too much pain.
yeah,
And it continues to fuel her.
yes,
So wherever it is that she was when you guys were getting married,
yes.
she's
totally
levels
different,
beyond.
totally different. And immediately she's done with her education. Somehow, I don't know whether it's God, her career picks. Yeah. And at some point, you get to a point where you are level. And now you'll not understand why your woman talks to you the way she never used to. Yeah, because now you guys are becoming unequal. You never developed yourself. You never went back to school. You don't go to the gym. You don't build yourself spiritually. You don't really go to the church. You not build yourself physically. Yeah. And you not build yourself emotionally. So what most men do is when now it gets to par, now you start seeking attention. Now, what do? How do you seek attention? You start raising concerns. If that concern is met by a harder or same force, then now that's when men start doing things like fighting, fight or flee. Or how do you say it?
Fight or flight.
Fight or flight. So either now you start fighting in the house. Yeah, because you are now trying to see how comes no one now looks up to me. No one engages me.
Yes.
Yes. So
You're
you're
trying to
looking for
restore
attention.
dominance.
Yes.
Yes.
So the
Yes.
dominance is gone. Attention is gone. So the only way is you try to see if it's still there through engagement, arguments, fight. Yeah. And you see now you are not engaging as equals. And the woman also now has options. She's saved. Her career has picked. She doesn't need you. She can go on her own. And so at that point, that's when now lifestyle diseases start catching up with you. Because you spend your time in the bar. Now,
You did not work out.
you did not work out.
Yeah.
That everything, you start having probably diabetes and all that.
High
Now
blood
you
pressure.
start to decline. And she's continuing
She's
growing.
picking.
And that's why we always say nowadays more women are in the gym. That pain goes over and it fuels and it fuels and it fuels. And a man you get to your 50, then we say men die lonely because you're on your own. Yeah. But ideally, if you take it back, if we did it differently, you built with somebody, you built together, you uplifted her. A woman that you've uplifted when you guys started living together will never leave you to join the kids in the US. It rarely happens. She'll be there through thick and thin with you. And that now takes me back to our question. Is
Damn.
marriage worth it?
Well, marriage is worth it. The long and short of it, yes. Marriage is worth it.
Yeah.
But marriage is only worth it when you put in the work. And what do I mean by work? Number one, you need to acknowledge that you and your wife are getting into a space that you did not create. Marriage is not a creation of man. You know?
Yeah.
Marriage is a creation that was brought into life by God.
Yeah.
So the first thing is to ask yourself,
It's a whole union.
what did God intend of marriages when he created this space?
Yeah.
And what has the good word said about marriages?
Yeah.
Number one. Number two, once you've gotten into a space where you have your spouse, then you acknowledge that this person has been brought up and has different predispositions from the ones that you have.
Yeah.
If I grew up in a space where my family was in a lot of chaos, and she grew up in a space where their space is calm,
Yeah.
then we are definitely going to clash.
Totally different people.
Because my way of
Different
addressing
background.
conflicts
Yeah.
is different from her very calm way of addressing conflicts.
Yeah.
And these things begin to show. So how do you address that? Get into spaces of self-awareness. Do personality tests
Yeah.
to understand this is who I am.
Yeah.
This is why I behave the way I behave. And this is what triggers me to behave the way I behave. these are my insecurities.
Yeah.
These are my strengths.
Yeah.
Without that level of self-awareness, you will either abuse or you'll be abused. You also need to realize or to understand the role of your wife as a man in that marriage.
Yep.
They say that whose purpose you do not understand, abuse is guaranteed. If you do not understand why something exists, one thing that is obvious is that you're going to abuse it. And that is why you see, ukipatia your cousin in the village, your vehicle, akupeleke kwa kaosh. Hiyo ndio siku anataka kuendesha gari na 180. You get? He's not used to it. He does not understand where you got the car. And because he has it for a very short time, abuse, get the thrill out of it, and move. So without understanding the purpose for which something exists, you're going to abuse it. What I encourage people who are in marriage or planning to get into marriage to do, number one is to get into a training space.
Yep.
There is a brilliant program that is offered by Mavuno Church called Ndoa.
Yep.
That program is life-changing. My wife and I have done it.
Yeah.
It changed. In fact, that is the one program that completely changed the outlook of our marriage.
Yeah.
From a point where we were thinking of, how do we co-parent?
Yeah.
To, by the way, we can actually do this. It did so well for us to the extent that we, now my wife and I, are actually facilitators for that Ndoa program.
Proud of you, man.
And it is because of it completely changed the trajectory of our marriage. From a space where we were ready to call it quits to a space where we are saying, for any marriage that is in that space where they want to call it quits, may God use us to breathe life into them.
Amen.
You know?
Yeah.
So we have thrown ourselves into service for marriages.
Yeah.
So is marriage a scam? By all means, no.
No. Yeah.
But if you do not do it in the way in which God intended for it to be done,
Yeah.
by all means, it will cause you pain.
Yeah. So I think the biggest thing is that commitment needs to start from the word go.
From the word go.
Yeah.
Understand, learn,
Yeah.
understand yourself
Yeah.
and your spouse,
Yeah.
and then develop structures. The kind of structures, even as I say structures, is simple things that even conflict resolution.
Conflict is not the smallest thing.
It is not. And in fact, conflict is not even the biggest issue.
Yeah.
Reconciliation is. Because you can handle conflicts, but you do not know how to come back to each other once that conflict has been resolved.
Who is the bigger person?
Who is the bigger person? Man,
Who is the bigger person?
that is difficult.
Yeah.
So creating ways in which, you can even allow yourselves, fine, have your time to feel whatever it is that you feel. But at the end of the day, this is what we will do. Something as simple, something that simply works in helping couples reconcile after conflict is something so simple.
Yeah.
And it is praying together.
Amen.
If you commit
Yes.
that every single night,
Yeah.
irrespective of how mad we are at each other,
Yeah.
of how far we are from each other,
Yeah.
the moment you pray together every evening, my friend, somehow the bond just comes back. It creates a very good environment for you to just get back to each other.
So what would you tell a young man out there who is falling for the line that marriage is a scam? Marriage is unnecessary. Marriage is a waste of a man's time, energy, effort, man's prime time. What would you tell that young man out there?
Number one, a man must work in purpose.
Yeah.
But that purpose we did not create. It was predestined for us when we were created.
Yeah.
Bible says God knew us even before you were formed in our mother's wombs. So there is a purpose for which God brought you into this world. Not everybody who is alive today will get married.
That's true.
So number one is to start there. And if you're not amongst those who have said, I will never get married, and you want to get into marriage, understand what God's intention for marriage is. If I were to speak to that man, I will tell them, take a moment and forget everything that you know about marriage today.
And learn.
And learn everything you have learned about marriage today. And figure it out for yourself. Understand, where did marriage come from? Okay?
Yeah.
How was it intended to be done? All right? Do I have the capacity of doing it the way it was intended to be done? And then measure your new knowledge versus the reality. What are you seeing in the marketplace today?
Yeah.
What are the things that are
the real
happening
world.
today? So that you are doing a comparison based on
Reality.
the fact,
Yeah.
what it was intended for,
Yeah.
and what is the lie that you have been fed
Yeah.
by all these people who have gone through very painful experiences
Yeah.
and have given us the impression that marriage is going
It
to
never
work.
works.
Do you know what? The unfortunate thing about life is
Yeah.
the things that are negative about marriage, they're the ones that are broadcasted.
Yeah. Negative sense.
We have so many marriages that are working today.
Yeah.
But those people will not go out and tell everybody how
How successful their
successful
marriage
their
is.
marriage
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
You know, but those marriages are there.
Yeah.
We
It's
have
true.
some brilliant marriages that are working today.
It's true.
But the unfortunate is the people who have been hurt by the marriages that are not working are the loudest. And those are the ones who have caused us to believe what we know today. So for that man who is considering getting married,
Yeah.
question everything that you have been taught.
Yeah.
Pursue knowledge and understanding today. Then once you have learned whatever it is that you need to learn, make a decision. And once you make a decision, remember you must walk in purpose. It is not your space. But back to you, Victor.
Yeah.
You mentioned a marriage that ended. For you as a man,
Yeah.
and considering, you know, when you think about the things that change a man,
Yeah.
is loss.
Yeah.
Loss can be loss of health, loss of a job, loss of a spouse, loss of a child, or loss of a marriage.
Yeah.
You know, yours was the ending of a marriage. How did you overcome it? How did you make sure that that does not take you to the pits? And how, knowing what had happened in the previous marriage, how did you even end up in a space where you're actually saying, by the way, I want to do this thing again? Which, when you think about it, is madness.
Trust me, George. It's not easy. And especially in a society where marriage is not glorified as much.
True.
It's not the easiest. So, counseling, acceptance, facing your realities, and viewing and weighing if it can work out, and reaching out to guys who've done it before, guys who've walked the journey. Yeah, and I think that really helped, especially where kids are involved. Yeah. Big thing why I always push for teaching young guys is if there is some information or experience I got or I was taught or I'd learned, then I would have handled everything differently. Yeah. Yeah. So keeping it short, I think it's really key to work with the professionals, the church, professional counselors, the elderly. Yeah, and these are some of the best guys to guide and direct us in life.
So the fact that you are in marriage,
Yeah.
out of marriage,
Yeah.
and in marriage again,
Yeah.
is that your way of demonstrating that you actually believe that marriages do work?
It's not really a demonstration. I'm just trying to live.
Man, that is honest.
I'm just trying to live. And I'm one person who believes in marriage. Yeah. I believe in giving children an opportunity to grow, being taken care of by both parents. And I believe in people sharing. There's a lot that goes around or in between people. And I think I didn't even know. Years later, I'd find it hard talking about this, you know. Yeah, yeah. But there's a lot that goes on, and there's a lot that has to be taken in, and a lot of work, and it's still not even easy up to now. Trust me.
Yeah. Loss can be a mess. How do you? And I think number one for me is to applaud you.
Yeah.
You know, applaud you.
Yeah.
Loss can be catastrophic.
Yeah.
It can really mess up with even who it is that you believe you are.
Yeah.
And being able to overcome that kind of a loss and actually move into a space where you're actually saying, God, I'm risking this again, and this time I want to do it the way you intended for it to be done.
Yes.
You know, that is brave, man. That is really brave.
To be honest, it is, but it's actually the longest way to your destiny. If you can do it once, perfect. Yeah. Anything that goes beyond that is now you get locked up in the wilderness, because now you're going against so many things, and there are so many gaps that you need to fill to be at par with everyone else. You know. So word out there is, if you can do it once, best. Yeah. And that's why you should do it once you are ready, not really ready, but once you have acquired probably enough knowledge and education that can guide you. I know each is unique, each is different, but you require basic knowledge and guidance to have a successful marriage.
The men who will definitely be watching this, some of them have gone through divorces, or very painful separations.
Yeah.
What is your word for them?
And I have a friend who is going through one right now. Yeah. And because of that, he stopped hanging out with us. I still, every time, he just asks that we give him time. And he's now the, how do I say, the primary parent, because now he's taking care of the kids and all that. But what I can say is, from what I've seen, what has been demonstrated is not the end of the world. Yeah. You pick up your pieces, but don't rush into anything else. Yeah. You have to go through the complete healing process. Yeah. Before thinking of ruining someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember, any person who is ruined will ruin another person.
True.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. There's a specific term they use that I'm just trying to figure it out. But you need to take your time, heal. You need to take your time, go through counseling. You need to take your time, talk to guys who have experienced it, talk to guys who are professionals, and probably from there you'll emerge victorious. There's a bigger life out there after that dark storm.
You, man, who's gone through that kind of pain, there is hope for you. There is hope for you. What the devil does is, in moments of pain, he isolates you. And after isolating you, he takes you to a corner and he deals with you in that corner. When you see men reaching out, when you've gone through those kind of things, allow them in. You don't have to say everything that has happened to you in that moment. Allow yourself to even entertain their presence in your space. Those are the things that begin the journey of healing.
And George, to any man out there who has gone through a painful marriage, unsuccessful relationship, and you don't want to share your story, teach others, please reach out to us. We can have a discussion. We'll let you share your knowledge, your experience with other Kenyans.
We are men on a journey. Any story out there that makes the next man a better version of man than he is today, we are inviting you in. This is our space. We're not experts. We're just men on a journey. So come one, come all. We're waiting for you. One man for another. Cheers, man.
Yes.
This has been real.